In this video, we will discuss the key to rapidly building massive businesses in today's environment to successfully achieve aggressive growth strategy of blitzscaling. Blitzscaling is a set of technique that allows both startups and established companies to build dominant world-leading businesses in record time. Companies drive lightning growth by prioritizing speed over efficiency, even in an environment of uncertainty. Blitzscaling requires hypergrowth but goes beyond the blunt strategy of get big fast because it involves purposely and intentionally doing things that don't make sense according to traditional business thinking. In this video, we will draw lessons to explain the nuts and bolts of how to blitzscale, why to blitzscale, and when to blitzscale. Blitzscaling disrupts entire industries such as music, video, and telephony with both new technologies and new business models. And those are examples from just a single company: iPod, iPhone, iTunes, and the iPad, to name a few. Disruption on its own is neither good or bad, but it always involves change. Replacing a $10 product with a $1 product of equal or better quality looks like a disaster to someone whose product is being disrupted. But for society as a whole, it means greater productivity. Netflix is one example of such. Bad news for broadcast and cable networks, but great news for fans. Despite its incredible advantages, blitzscaling also comes with massive risks. At Facebook, it took more time to fix bugs and issues than the speed that they were gaining by growing faster. A summer intern introduced a bug that brought down the entire Facebook site for 30 minutes. Blitzscaling came with massive risks. What are the three key techniques of blitzscaling? Business model innovation. A major mistake made by many startups around the world is focusing on the technology, the software, the product, and the design, but neglecting to ever figure out the business. And by business, it simply means how the company makes money by acquiring and serving its customers. Strategy innovation. The most obvious element of blitzscaling is to pursue extreme growth, which, when combined with an innovative business model, can generate massive value and long-term competitive advantage. Many startups believe they are pursuing a strategy of extreme growth, which in fact they have the goal and wish for extreme growth but no understanding of an actual strategy that will get them there. Management innovation. Companies that blitzscale have to rapidly navigate a set of key transitions as their organizations grow and have to embrace counterintuitive rules like hiring good enough people, launching fraud and imperfect products, and ignoring angry customers. Of the three core techniques of blitzscaling, the first and most foundational is to design an innovative business model capable of exponential growth. The real value creation comes when innovative technology enables innovative products and services with innovative business models, which circumstances might require to change with time. We will now look at each in detail. Business model innovation. Number 1. Market size. The most basic growth factor to consider for your business model is market size. A big market has both a large number of potential customers and a variety of efficient channels for reaching those customers. Number 2. Distribution. Cold and unromantic fact is that a good product with great distribution will almost always beat a great product with poor distribution. Number 3. High gross margins are probably the best measure of long-term unit economies. The higher the gross margin, the more valuable each dollar of sales is to the company, because it means that for each dollar of sales, the company has more cash available to fund growth and expansion. Investors love companies where, all things equal, higher revenues create higher profit margins. Selling more copies of the same piece of software is a business that scales nicely. Designing a high gross margin business model makes your chance of success greater and the rewards of success even greater. Number 4. Network effects. Market size, distribution, and gross margins are important factors in growing a company. But the final growth factor plays the key role in sustaining that growth line enough to build a massively valuable and lasting franchise. What sets companies like Amazon, Google, and Facebook apart, even from other successful high-tech companies, is that they have consistently been able to design and execute business models with characteristics that allow them to quickly achieve massive scale and sustainable competitive advantage. Strategy innovation. Here are a few strategies to look for your company to blitzscale. Number 1. A big opportunity. To achieve massive success, you need to have a big new opportunity, one where the market size and gross margins intersect to create enormous potential value. Number 2. First scalar advantage. Blitzscaling is unlikely to prove successful if another company has already achieved first scalar advantage. Sometimes there is no first scalar advantage to be won. If you can't identify any network effects or customer lock-in, scaling might not confer sufficient advantage to warrant blitzscaling. Number 3. Learning curve. Another way to use blitzscaling to create a lasting competitive advantage is to be the first to climb a steep learning curve. Some opportunities, such as self-driving cars, require to solve hard, complex problems. The more rapidly one scales, the more data there is to drive learning, which improves product, making it easier to scale further in the market, while competitors who have just begun to learn lag far behind. Number 4. Competition. Despite offensive reasons to scale, the most common driver of blitzscaling is the threat of competition. Even with competition, first scalar advantage and climb the learning curve are desirable, but one might prefer less risky fast scaling approach to growth. Management innovation. One of the key features that sets global giants apart from those companies that die out before they can reach market dominance is an ability to evolve and optimize their management practices at each stage of growth. These 7 key transitions are: small teams to large teams. The ideal solution is to retain early employees in new roles that advance their careers and help the company build a larger team. Generalist to specialist. Think of generalists as the stem cells of organization. Your body has a small number of stem cells that have the capability to morph into various other types of cells as needed. In a large organization, you may need a small number of people who can perform various functions as needed. When exploring new products and technologies or tackling issues that lack a well-defined solution. Contributors to managers to executives. Managers are frontline leaders who worry about day-to-day tactics. They create, implement, and execute detailed plans that allow the organization to either do new things or do existing things more efficiently. By contrast, the role of the executives is to lead managers. For the most part, executives don't manage individual contributors. Instead, they focus on vision and strategy. Dialogues to broadcasting. One area that undergoes the most change during blitzscaling is the internal communication process. As the company grows, you have to shift from informal, in-person, individual conversation to formal, electronic, push broadcasting and online pool resources. You also have to shift from sharing all information by default to deciding on what is secret and what is shareable. Inspiration to data. Data is the lifeblood of decision making for any company. Data beats opinion. One of the challenges faced as you build up your data capabilities is that your strategy can disappear behind the numbers. The number might not measure the real health of the business or reveal the real major threats you face. Single focus to multi-threading. As the company grows, the product focus will also undergo a major change from a single threading to a multi-threading approach. What we mean by this is that startups in the early stages of blitzscaling are generally single product companies that focus on doing one thing extremely well. But to keep the company growing in the later stages, scale-ups need to manage multiple product lines or even business units. Most successful companies dominate one channel. Founder to leader. There are only 3 ways to scale yourself: delegation, amplification, and just plain making yourself better. Delegation. Many founders are so talented that they have a hard time letting go of tasks once they start performing them. One of the most important aspects of delegation, and often the most challenging for a founder, is to hire an executive and hand off functional leadership. Amplification. Rather than delegate work you are doing to others, you can hire people who amplify the work you do. The goal here isn't to free you up from your work so that you can do other things. It is to make the things you do much more impactful. Making yourself better. Because the company grows and changes so quickly as one blitzscales, it's crucial to figure out how to make oneself better just as quickly so that he/she doesn't become the reason that holds company back. Thank you. To view our complete summary, please find the booklet at www.mjkfinvestment.com. To learn more about stock market investing, analysis on companies, summaries on books, and to get stock tips, follow us on YouTube at mjkfinvestment. Don't forget to press the bell icon to get notified when we upload a video. Please do like, subscribe, and share.